Welcome back to the Lemon Factor. I'm Chad, and today I have a special video for everyone. And everyone means subscribers to the Lemon Factor, as well as those of you who like cars, are car enthusiasts, but are not subscribers, but maybe you should subscribe, but also your friends, your family, your colleagues that may be looking to purchase a gift for you. So it's November, and yes, I'm doing this with the holiday seasons in mind, but at the same time, this video would be helpful for anyone who is looking to purchase a gift for any occasion for any individual that is a car enthusiast. So throughout the year, these individuals talk nonstop about their car and their love of their car or cars. And really it comes down to, were you listening? And it's okay if you weren't listening that closely. I understand, I totally get it. But now is the time for you to really shine, to show up as a star, to show that you really care about what's important to them, and you care enough to be thoughtful in the gift that you give these individuals. So with that, I'm going to go through the top 5 gift ideas for car enthusiasts. So stay with me. Before we proceed, please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and post a comment below. I will be providing a lot of information throughout this video, and I will be putting it down below in the description. So please take a look at the information, the links that I provide. It'll be very helpful for you. And one thing I'd like to point out, that although this video is definitely catered for individuals looking to buy gifts for car enthusiasts, at the same time, if you are that individual they'd be buying a gift for, don't feel bad about sharing this video. Send a link, send the video to those individuals, share it on your Facebook. When we go through the 5 different gift ideas, if one of them really stands out to you, let them know what timestamp they should look at this video. Kind of hold their hand. There's nothing wrong with that. Here on the Lemon Factor, we're all about finding the right product for you. That we don't want you to turn your next purchase into a regrettable lemon. And a regrettable lemon for the buyer of the gift is someone who doesn't appreciate what you're buying for them. And for the recipient, trying to pretend like they really appreciated it. Don't worry about that. I have 5 gift ideas, and these 5 gift ideas are general enough that they should apply to anyone who enjoys cars, who is a car enthusiast, but that you can then specify, cater to their specific likes. I am going to give you ideas that in general will apply to anyone who enjoys cars. So stay with me. I promise that one of these five will resonate with you, or at least resonate with the recipient of the gift. And at the end, I'm going to give you a super bonus. So for those of you who, in a way, money is no objects, who really wants to buy that ultimate gift, wait until the end. If this was given to me, I'd probably be giddy as a schoolgirl. I mean, honestly, I don't know how I would react. I would probably resort back to my childhood days and just go nuts. Now with that said, I mean, this is the ultimate gift, but you have to wait. Let's go through the top 5. So let's start with number 1. The first one I like to start with, which might be a little bit on the more difficult side for the buyer unless they really truly know or have been given feedback by the gift recipient, is car modifications. And what I mean by that is your car enthusiast might be working on their car, whether they are either building the car out, modifying the car, but in the process of doing that, they're looking at purchasing parts for the car. Maybe they are modifying it and they're looking to buy an aftermarket exhaust. They're looking at buying an air intake, maybe shocks or springs, sway bars. There's all sorts of performance and non-performance cosmetic parts for cars, for their specific car, and you can find them in general more on the cosmetic side. You can find a lot of those through Amazon, on eBay, But this is where it's a little difficult because those specific parts will be parts that the recipient will really want something specific. I would not go out there and purchase anything unless you know if they've given you, this is exactly what I want, here, buy it from here. And if you have that relationship, that's great. I mean, my family, we've always been about sharing exactly what we want for the holidays, good or bad. It's just what we grew up with is here's our list, here's what we'd like. And we go to the extent of even identifying where they can purchase it at. So if you have that relationship, there's nothing wrong with purchasing those modifications, whether it's performance or cosmetic, or if someone's fixing up a car, if it's the parts they need to fix the car up. But just be forewarned, I'm not going to give you any specific websites here because those parts are specific to the car in question, and the recipient will have very specific tastes in exactly what they're looking at buying. But I bring that up as number one, not to scare you off, because the rest of these are definitely more general, but because, you know what, as an enthusiast myself, if someone came to me and said, hey, Chad, I want to buy, looking to get you something for a gift, and they were open to buying one of these all day long. I mean, I'd have my list of, here's all the things you can buy, here's where you can purchase it at. I would have really, really appreciated it. So besides that, still part of the very first gift, the parts and modifications, you could look to purchase a window tint for their vehicle. If they've been talking about getting their windows tinted, you can have the windows tinted for them. Just make sure that you understand what the legality is for window tint in your area and what the desire is from the buyer, if they're looking for a strong tint or not. And that could be an easy conversation where you just simply bring up, hey, I remember you mentioned you were looking at tinting the car. What were you looking at? What kind of tint, manufacturer, and how dark? Just ask some probing questions. And trust me, as a car enthusiast myself, I will be more than happy to talk your ear off if you start opening those doors to that conversation. Just be sure that at that point you start listening and that you write it down and you have that information. Also, WeatherTech or WeatherTech-like products, and I'll give you the link here, WeatherTech products. They provide products related to your car interior. So winter's approaching for most of us here in the United States, where we actually get snow, rain, sleet, whatever, inclement weather where a lot of us will change out our carpet floor mat for something more rugged on the rubber side. And WeatherTech makes a very good product, especially for big trucks or someone who does a lot of work, right? Outside work that could track in that dirt, mud into the vehicle. These are really good products, so I would highly recommend that, and they're fairly priced and they're a very good quality product here. Number two. So this next one is tools. Any tools associated with working on a car. Now, most car enthusiasts will have their set of tools, and you may be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, they have their tools, I'm sure they have plenty. Yeah, you may think that would be the case for a lot of individuals that maybe have been a car enthusiast for some time and that they've been working on their car, but I will guarantee it that he or she has tools in their mind that they feel as though they need and that they want, and they would really appreciate if you got it for them. So it could be on the simple side, as in a jack, jack stands, an air gun. Air guns really help out with those stuck lug nuts. Sometimes turning what you would expect to be, a 5-10 minute job into, an hour to try to break loose some of them. It could be additional tools and wrenches. It could be something basic like an oil change kit. And you could put one together yourself, as in, you get the oil pan or recycle pan. You can get the oil filters, find out, the exact specs, an oil wrench to remove the oil filter. Heck, you could even buy oil. If someone gave me a kit that said, hey Chad, for your car, pick one of the cars, right? The 2019 Mazda Miata, 2019 Honda Civic. As a gift, they gave me a oil change kit and it had all of this together, everything you would need to change the oil. Oh, you know what? Even if I had half that stuff, that would make me feel really good and really show that that individual cares and was listening and knows what's important to me. Number 3 would be car care products. Car care products are cleaning products, whether it's the outside or inside of your vehicle, so it can include washes, waxes, polishes. Don't forget to clean the tires, the rims, the shines. Going inside the car could be carpet cleaner, it could be all-purpose cleaner, it could even include, air fresheners. So anything that cleans the car, any of those products. One thing is that certain individuals could have a tendency to prefer one brand over another. So there's a ton of brands out there, the Meguiar's, the Mothers, the Groats, the chemical guys, the car guys. There's a lot. So you might want to just ask a couple questions, try to find out what they use today and if they like it, right? If you know that they have a whole bunch of Mother's products out in the garage and they've commented that they really like those products, then you're probably good to buy some more of that. If you put together just a car cleaning kit yourself or online, there's kits that come together, I think that'd be great. I do remember one birthday I received that from my parents quite some time ago, and I thought it was a fantastic gift. I really appreciated that gift. So along with car care, you could buy a car cover if they have a car that is not used year-round, that is garaged at some point, or they simply want to make sure that it's kept a little safer than your everyday car. There's plenty of different grades of car covers out there made. Some are universal, but I would shy away from those products. I would buy one that is specific to the vehicle, and that way you know that the fit is just right for the vehicle. Car care could also include like a first aid kit for the car. It could, if you have, a teenager, or it doesn't even have to be a teenager, putting together a nice car emergency kit to keep in the trunk is always a good gift, including a first aid kit to keep in the car. When I was younger, we had a lot of cars that were on the older side, so more likely to break down than most other cars. And we actually had first aid kit, we had jumper cables, we had flares. Heck, my father even had at one point put in a full zip-up jumpsuit that if you had to jump out in inclement weather and change a tire or do anything on the car, you could put this suit on to keep yourself clean. And while I'm smiling, and I think that was really amusing, he was prepared. And I gotta say that luckily, not too many occasions we've had to use that, but there was a couple occasions where we needed the jumper cables. And even now, my wife, having that in her vehicle, she, I think 3 times already in the past about 3 months, have used the jumper cables for friends who needed to jump for their car. So very helpful. Along those lines of safety and breaking down, a AAA membership. My father gave all of his children, AAA memberships every year as a gift for quite some time, and yes, we use them. We use them quite frequently, and even if you use it once a year, I remember one time that towards the end of the year, yes, I locked the keys in the car. And I know nowadays that's probably less likely to happen, but lock the keys in the car, had AAA show up, even for breakdowns, that I think would be very helpful. I know today some people purchase some of that type of coverage through their car insurance, and maybe you don't need it, but it's an idea. A car alarm, so safety is a concern. And having the 2019 Honda Accord, I am constantly reading around my area anyway of all of the thefts happening, not just with the car itself, but also with the tires and the rim. So it is a high theft vehicle. Having a alarm or an upgraded alarm. So today a lot of alarms are installed by the manufacturer in these cars, but the difference between that and a high-end alarm is pretty significant. So you might want to consider that. And then in addition to the alarm, Today, a lot of people will be buying or have these cameras, so a dash cam that you can include in your car, and they're not too expensive. Some of them can be triggered by motion or a shock sensor to turn on when certain events happen, and that can be another level of security for your vehicle. Idea for gifts is memorabilia, just a general term. So memorabilia, think of it as, you know, if you have someone who still enjoys, at one time I collected 1/18th scale die cast cars. So all the cars that I enjoyed, I had quite a collection. Smaller versions, so you don't have to get 1/18th, they have 1/24th, they have different scales, different level of detail. You could go from the die cast or the metal itself to the old-fashioned models. You could buy flags. So I have in the garage, I've been buying flags for my special cars I purchased. So in our garage today, we have a Porsche flag, we have a BMW flag, and I have a Mazda flag. And yes, I still have to get the Honda flag to put it up there, but it adds a nice touch. Go to websites that sell pictures, so photo prints, right, enlargements, and usually they always have a section there of other products that you can then put that photo onto. Like I said, you know, a mug or a cup. Some of them even have hats where if you can get your hands on a picture of your car enthusiast vehicle and then have that applied to one of those products, it's inexpensive. If you don't have a lot of money, I think those are great ideas that you put their car that they really enjoy on one of those products. Like I said, whether it's on a mug that they may use, you know, every day for coffee, or it's a mouse pad where, you know, every day they're using their computer and they can look down and see that picture that it was important enough that you remembered and you put it on there. I think that'd be fun. We also have clothing. So you have t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, a ton of products out there on Amazon too that you can look and specify the vehicle. And I have a couple shirts you've probably seen in other videos where I have a Honda shirt, I have a Mazda shirt that are collared. I also have t-shirts that have logos on it. I have a hat, an Accord hat. Those are fun gifts for the enthusiast. You can also do framed artwork. So recently I had finished my basement. When I finished it, it was kind of bare. We were buying furniture, but there was also bare walls. As a Christmas gift last year, I received from my parents some prints, and one of the prints was a nice framed artwork of the CAD design of a Porsche, and I thought that was a really nice element to put down into the basement. We have the framed art. You have books. You can buy any book, so, you know, books of the history of the vehicle. As one of our project cars, the Mazda Miata, there's plenty of books out there, the 25th anniversary, the 30th anniversary, different anniversary books for that vehicle. And for more popular cars out there, you'll find something. And today, whether individuals want to do more of the Kindle, the Audible books versus the hardcover, you know, that's fine. That's, you know, pick it, but you'll be able to find something out there on Amazon that has to do with their vehicle. Also, my son has become very interested in cars, as you would expect. You know, who can blame him? But what I've gotten for him in the past is wall decals. So they're nice vinyl wall decals, the cars that he liked. You can put it on the wall, you can peel it off, you can move it around. So he's got a couple of those. I think those are great, inexpensive gifts. You can do, in addition to wall decals, this is definitely on the higher end. So a lot of the products I just mentioned, you can buy online, reasonably priced. Something that's a little bit more expensive, but I think would be a great gift. So this is definitely a bonus for number 4. It's not my bonus, still wait for that bonus in the end, but a bonus for number 4 is having a photography session with the vehicle. And I know for you non-enthusiasts, this may just sound weird, but for your car enthusiasts, I think they'd love this. So they have their special car, a car that they've been working on, a car they love, they've been modifying it, and regardless of what stage they're at, to hire someone, a photographer, to come in and do a photo shoot of the vehicle. And again, yes, if you're not into cars, this may sound odd, but to do a photo shoot of their vehicle, they would love it. And even if the vehicle is not complete, there's something to be had that if they're in the middle of restoring an older vehicle, to take some pictures of where they are now and take some pictures of them working on it so that when it's finally done, they'll have those pictures to refer back to as memories. Number 5 is an experience. For some people, like myself, I enjoy cars. I buy cars somewhat frequently. There's not just one vehicle. I like to try different vehicles, and so might your car enthusiast. So I think a good potential gift idea is car rental, meaning that there's a lot of car websites out there that will rent, whether it's the high-end cars like your exotics, or it could be everyday cars like maybe you go to Turo.com, and those are people within your area that are renting out their car to you for the day or for days. Think of it as like an Airbnb or a Vrbo, but instead of renting the house, they're renting the car. But what this does is it gives someone a change, and a change from the vehicle they've been using, or a change as in if they're considering purchasing a vehicle. You know what? I think it's a great idea. If you were to consider purchasing a Honda Civic, a Honda Accord, a Mazda Miata, yeah, you can watch all the reviews, you can go and test drive it, but you know what? Why not spend a little bit of money and go rent one through Turo for a couple of days and really see how you like it? So I think that'd be a great idea. That's your everyday car. Like I said, there are websites out there, there are places that rent out exotics. If you're a car enthusiast, really loves the Porsches, the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the et cetera, you know, Aston Martins, whatever it is, Mercedes-Benz, there are places out there that'll rent those high-end cars, and you can Google that. There's plenty out there. They're not inexpensive, but compared to the cost of the vehicle itself, which most of us will never have the chance to buy, it's an option, and an option to really have some fun. I went through the 5 gift ideas, and I promised you a bonus at the end, and this is the ultimate gift idea. If you really want to impress your car enthusiast, think about a car or driving school. So what I mean by that is there's organizations out there that will teach you or take you through a multi-day, in most occasions, training. Most people join these just for the experience and have no intentions of becoming a race driver, but some of them out there are Skip Barber Racing School. Definitely take a look at it. Here in Massachusetts, they'll go through Lime Rock Park, that's out of Connecticut, so not too far for people who are located in the New England area. They have single day, double day, triple day schools, advanced schools. They have a lot of different options to choose from, but that experience, driving and being taught how to drive fast while safe, I think is a fantastic gift-giving idea. And it's not just a Skip Barber, so there's different driving schools out there. In addition to a driving school, if they're not interested in learning how to drive, I don't know who wouldn't be, or learning the techniques or getting that experience, you know, maybe they're really interested in Porsches. Porsche has a driving school. BMW has one. There's a couple manufacturers out there that have them, and they offer them in different areas. You might want to check it out, especially for those people who really enjoy that manufacturer. You get to experience several of their different cars. So when it comes to Porsche, they'll have you drive in their Porsche SUVs, the Macan, the Cayenne, then down into their Cayman, and then into their 911, their Panamera. So while you're getting this training directly from Porsche and racing on the track and getting trained on the track, you're getting to experience all of the Porsche cars themselves. So there are a couple manufacturers out there, not just the Porsche and the BMW, and there's a couple racing schools out there, not just the Skip Barber, but I think that is the ultimate gift. Now, obviously it's on the high side as far as cost, but you know what? This is the big bonus. This is the, you know, you want to really impress, this is it. But regardless, instead of just buying that generic gift card for someone or guessing, think about these 5 gift-giving ideas and personalize them. And it's okay to just ask a couple questions of that person and be like, well, what year is your Camaro? You know, what were you looking at doing? Hey, you know, just probing questions. I guarantee you they'll open up, and hopefully one of these gift ideas really will help you out. So before we close, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if I missed anything. For you car enthusiasts, Tell me if you have additional recommendations. Don't tell me, tell everybody what other recommendations you have. Put it in the comments below. Let other people see those comments so that it'll help them as well. For you individuals who are looking to buy gifts for your car enthusiast, let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you're looking for any additional information. I want to help. And as I stated before, this is the Lemon Factor. We are all about making sure that you get the right product for you and that you don't experience any lemons. We don't want you to have any regrets on your purchase. And this not only includes our car enthusiasts, but also you as the buyer of a nice, personalized, customized, thoughtful gift for your car enthusiast. So I hope all of this was helpful, and until next time.